Hey there, hi there, ho there, Chef Cutter Down, and welcome you to yet another Stone Cold Hockey video for the 2005-2006 season, where we were going to be doing the Buffalo Sabres, who had such a great time in '06, and then they just fell flat. We are 12-9-4, not half bad. We're third in our division between Ottawa and Montreal, who are crushing them. We are not in the playoffs. The Southeast has had four of their five teams: Carolina, Florida, Tampa, and even freaking Atlanta in a playoff spot. Rangers and Devils in the Atlantic Division, Ottawa and Montreal in the Northeast. In the West, Detroit, Nashville, Edmonton, Vancouver, Calgary, Minnesota, Dallas, and Anaheim are your playoff teams. Goal scoring, Ovechkin has put 25 on the board. Well, it's Alex Ovechkin, how you figure. Jenny Healy, 21, Oli Jokinen, 20. Our best goal scorer is not on this list. We're not really a goal scoring club. Points wise, Pavel Datsyuk leads with Ovechkin and Sederberg right there. And yeah, we're not there. But Murray beyond, when he plays, he's hot. 8-0-2 with a 1.58 goals against and one shutout. And Ray Emery second in goals against. Manny Legsy 15-1 with a 1.8. Perron Miller 4-8-2 with a 2.87 goals against. Standings wise, yeah, Buffalo. All that we are 12-9-4. 79 goals, 64, 67 against, plus 12. 11 regulation wins, we're 11-9-5. In overtime, we're 1-4. Ugly. Yeah, so, yeah, we're 0-2 in the shootout, 1-2 in overtime. So that's what we got. Detroit and San Jose have yet to lose in regulation. Seedings wise, yeah, we're tied with the Devils, but they have it by a game played. So we are in trouble. Well, Detroit has yet to lose at home. Gosh. Highlights: best wins, hat tricks, 23 hat tricks in all. Most memorable game right now, the 30-pointers, Philly, New Jersey, October 7th, first day of the season. Well, sorry, Devils and Flyers both were 1-0. Devils were up 4-0 and they gave up 5 goals. Fucking murder. Washington, Tampa, October 28th, when Tampa won 6-5 in overtime. Getter. Detroit, St. Louis, October 6th, second game. 4-1 St. Louis. Final Boston, October 27th. Boston was 2-8-1, down 4-1, and then the Leafs choked. Fluke. So we're in December. We are in Montreal, and stand by for seventh grade French. Buffalo, the Gardien de But, c'est Ryan Miller, American, et pour Montréal, José Theodore, légende de Canadiens. Le Gardien de But de Montréal, Christopher Huet, David Abisher, et Yann Denis, Buffalo, Martin Biron, et Mika Nonanen. Le joueur de les Sabres, c'est Kasturi, stupide manager général de les Rangers de New York, stupide captain de les Rangers, Alex Kodalik, Danny Briere no, cannot wait de le programme. Ici 2012, un Canadien de Montréal, Thomas Vanek de Austria, Massim Veniganov, numéro 61, Chappie Dumont, Derek Roy, Kitchener. C'est ça, Derek Roy, numéro de le Rangers du Kitchener de la Coupe Memorial 2003. Jürgen Hack de Deutsch Allemande. Jason Pominville, numéro 29. Tim Connolly, Brian Campbell, bon défenseur, Paul Gostad, Mike Greer, Hendrik Telinde, Taylor Payette, Jay McKee, numéro 74, Roy Fitzpatrick, Temple Newman, bon défense de la Jet de Winnipeg, Dimitri Kaninin, 45, Adam Mayer, Yuri Novotny, Tony Linden, Danny Pyle, et Nathan Page. The Canadiens de Montréal, c'est Michael Ryder, 73, Alex Kovalev, bon joueur de the Penguins, Rangers, Senators et Canadiens, Chris Higgins, Amante de New York, allé de Ryan McDonough, to be trade, two section, Jan Boulis, Le Bon. Saku Koyevu, numéro 11 de capitaine. Michael Rabero, 71. Richard Senik, numéro 20. Partout, il s'est le genre Gusim de Buffalo. Jordan Soreille, numéro 44. Steve Bergeron, numéro 22. André Markov, 79. Thomas Pellecani, numéro 14. Alex Bergeron de la Craig Buffet, 52. Randy Bunk, bon joueur de Sénateur d'Ottawa. Nick Sundstrom, Matthew Denino de Red Wings du Montréal. Pierre Dagenet, Garth Murray, Francis Bullion, Mark Strait, Mike Kamasavic, numéro 8. André Kostichin, Aaron Downey, and Jonathan Ferland. You see? 2 minutes partout pour Perriand. Again, 10 le décembre, le 6 de Shogun, et 4 une seule manette. 1 minute partout? Non, pas de but. 3 minutes partout. Heat. 2 minutes partout. Computer. Montréal, pas de but. 1 minute partout. Montréal, la jeune. Buffalo, non, pas de but. 1 minute partout. Maire était de nous. 1 minute partout? Non. 2 minutes partout. Thomas Fanny, do this 3 pump you up. Numéro 6. Numéro 6, le 6 de Numenen. 1 minute partout? Kitchener! Derek Roy, 7e de la saison, le 6 de Numenen et Finnick et 9. 2 minutes partout? Non. Après une période, Buffalo 2, Montréal 1. 4 minutes partout? La façon, et une hit du Buffalo. 4 minutes partout. Buffalo n'a pas de but. 3 minutes partout. Split. Chance de Hecht? Non. Arrête de Theodore Hecht. 3 minutes partout. Buffalo pénalité à Maire. Pas de but. 40 minutes. Après 40 minutes, Buffalo 2, Montréal 1. 4 minutes partout. Double hit. 3 minutes partout. La chance de split. Pas de but de Sadiq. 3 minutes partout. Pénalité Buffalo à Roy. Minute partout. Non, pas de but de Greer. 1 minute. Garçon? Relève. Debout! Avantage numérique. Tim Connolly, numéro 6 de la saison à Talenda. Maxima Field, bravo, highlight reel. 5e de la saison, le 6 de Dumont, 4-2. Le temps de Connolly, c'est pas de Tim Conway, c'est Tim Connolly. Avant le net, Pierre numéro 10 à Payette, Buffalo gagne 5-2. Maria bout de Higgins et Koivu, Buffalo bout de Fennec, Roy, Connolly, Aveneganov et Brière. 5-2, Miller gagné, Theodore Perdue. All right, and now we got to play San Jose the next day. Okay. And Ryan Miller says, I'm fit. All right. You got to play the Sharks, who are 11-13, and you got Nabby in the net for San Jose. Toskala is also there for the net, and Nolan Schaefer. The Sharks have Jonathan Chichu Train, who had that 56-goal season and then vanished 3 years later. Patrick Marleau, great player for the Sharks, should never have been a Leaf or a Kane. Niels Ekman, Joe Forden. Of course, this was the year that the Sharks picked up Forden after Boston was finally tired of him and traded him for Marco Sturm and Wayne Primo and Brad Stewart. Brutal mistake. Milan Mahalik, who also was a center. Steve Bernier. Ali McCauley, who the Leafs probably dread getting rid of. He had a good 2002 playoffs with those injuries. Tom Pricing, Grant Stevenson. Scott Forden, former Leaf first round pick of the 1989 draft. How did that go for the Leafs once he left? Mark Smith, Marcel Gotch, Scott Hannon, Christian Ehrhoff, Deutschland, Nico Dimitricos, Matt Carl, Patrick Reesmiller, Kyle McLaren, Boston guy, George Linfield, Rob Davidson, and Josh Georges. Okay then. 3 minutes later. He's gonna pump you up. Thomas Vanek is 7 from Drury Roy. 5 minutes trying to do the John Wright voice. Truck Schooler, the Choo Choo Train has 17 from Thornton, makes it 1-1. 4 minutes later. Question? Davison. Top up power play goal. Frederic his 8 from Thomas Vanek, makes it 3-1. 5 minutes later. Question? Of all people. Beer comes with the puck. Ehrhoff? No. And Pyatt tried to score, but he didn't score. 5 minutes into the second period. Chance for us? 1 minute later. It's not Tim Conway, he's Tim Connolly. His 7 from Kodelik. 5 minutes later. Kitchener! His 8 from Newman and Kodelik. 4-1. 2 minutes later. Mike Greer. Ian Camden. Mike Greer. Schaefer's going to come in. The Sharks are basically waving the white flag from Vanagov and Campbell. Not Pam Greer, here's Mike Greer. Another chance. Hacked. No. Stamina. Sharks can't do anything about it. Looks good. We're at 5-1. I've blown 4 goal leads in the third period. I gotta be cautious. Third break is over. Rolling second goal from Italy, Jim Campbell. Kitchener! Sorry, first habit. 1 minute later. Question. We're gonna hit. But we're not phased. We're gonna win this game. And it scores from the Vanagov and the team makes it 7-1. The Sharks it's funny, the Sharks have not had an overtime loss. 5 minutes later. They tried, but they failed. 2 minutes later. They scored. Precinct from Marlowe makes it 7-2. Late addition. Question? Chance for the Sharks? No. Let's end this game. There we go. 7-2 Buffalo. That was a little too easy, don't you think? Was it? Yeah, Vanek scored twice and so did Derek Roy. So we were getting the goals. I don't think any of our guys have 10 goals, right? I think only one of us has 10 goals, right? Yeah, Brewer and Hecht have 10. We have a lot of 9s, 8s, and 7s. That's funny. So we win that one. Obviously, we have to be off on Saturday because we played a double dip. Toronto beat San Jose on Hockey Night in Canada. So the Sharks were really that shit. Montreal won in overtime over Los Angeles. Detroit, I don't think Detroit has had an overtime loss, have they? Nope, Detroit has yet to lose. We're in Colorado. I think we started Western road trip. Detroit lost to the Islanders, but they still have yet to lose in overtime or a shootout. Buffalo, we're in Colorado, and it will be Marty Biron trying to take his 10-1 his undefeated streak into Colorado to face David Appicher, who would then be later traded to Colorado for Jose Theodore. That was a big move, Colorado, to get Theodore and Montreal just giving up on him. Peter Budaj, future Hap goalie in 2014 with the Netlanders mask. They're in Vitaly Kozlnik. Okay, well, anyway, Colorado, Joe Sakic, the legend, Bernie B. Joe, as they call him, number 19 from Quebec, Colorado. Merrick Spatos, okay. Alex Tangay, decent player. Yeah, Chris Drury was with an Avalanche in 2001. Alex Tangay, another youngster. Andrew Burnett, who'd be better known for his time in Atlanta and Minnesota, including that Game 7 overtime goal against Waugh that sent him to retirement. Milan Hayduk, Ian LaPerriere, Pierre Turgeon, surprise. Legendary player for the Buffalo Sabres and the New York Islanders and the St. Louis Blues, being Colorado Avalanche. He wanted to play with Waugh, I bet. Ante Laxton, future former Wild. Rob Blake, the legend from LA and then Colorado. John Michael Lyles, Patrice Brisebois, former Hab icon. Brett McLean, Brett Clark, Steve Konowalchuk from Washington, Dan Heino, Cody McCormick, Carlos Scrackens, who once had the longest consecutive game streak by a defenseman. He, of course, died in 2011 at Locomotive. Brad Richardson, Brad Mayday. Yes, that guy. Wojciech Wolski from Poland. Bob Bugner, Kurt Sauer, and Ozzy Funanen. 2 minutes into the game. Hack gets whacked, and McCormick goes to the box. He takes advantage. Drury gets hit. Drury is useless. 2 minutes into the game. Double hit. 3 more minutes. They have a chance and they can't score. 4 more minutes. Aggression. Is Briere to the box. Oh, what's up? And Turgeon gets stopped. Nothing doing. They'll score through 20. 1 minute into this. Here, shot scores. Paul Gostheim from Minnesota. His 6 from Hecht and Kepo. Much later. They score. Ian Riley at Perrier. 5 minutes into the game. Next. And no match. Come on, Jeff. Miles. Well, we're in trouble now. Shot scores. He ain't Pam Greer. He's Mike Greer. His 5th from McKee and Newman. We're tied. Damn it. There goes the undefeated on. We were so close. We had a chance to keep Buron from losing a regulation, but we can't. 3-2. Damn it. Right? Yeah, that was his first regulation loss. Damn it. Well, we lose. Can't believe we lost. We lost, Mike. We lost. Detroit wins in the shootout, so Detroit is still undefeated in overtime. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Like, we played one game in Colorado, and then we're at home. Well, we host the Ducks, and we beat the Ducks 4-2. It's Skylab losing to Ryan Miller. Lupo and McDonald for us. Briere for them. Briere, Connolly, Affinikoff, and Connolly for us. So 2 goals from Tim Connolly from us. Sharks still have not lost in extra time. Detroit lost to Washington, but they haven't lost in. So we host nobody. And come back. I don't say wins, but they still have yet to lose in regular. We're in Minnesota. Okay. So we're done. We're in Minnesota. We're third. We're still 15, 10, and 4. We still are not in the playoffs. We're one back of the Devils and Lightning. Four teams in the Northwest are looking like the playoffs. Four teams in the Southeast. Goaltending, goal scoring. We don't have anyone who's goal scoring. Ovechkin there. Biron still leads in goals against 171 over Legacy and Emery. Emery and Hashuk. They're 22, 3, and 2. Yeah, I was only lost 3 times. Give Emery and Hashuk the puck. Look at the goals against. So anyway, what Jeff Diamond to do?